This is Aaron East with MMA UK News, and I'm joined today by GB Top Team and the newest member to the PFL Europe roster, Shanelle Nightmare Dyer, set to make her debut on September 30th in Paris. It's great to catch up with you once again, mate.
Yeah, it's been ages since we caught up. A lot's been happening.
Yeah, definitely been a while. I mean, I haven't been able to get down to the gym as often as I'd like, and I
Yeah.
bet everyone's probably getting sick of me, so I thought I'd give you guys a break. Right, and definitely a big congratulations on signing with the PFL, mate. That is absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. Literally, dreams coming true already.
100%, man. But definitely well deserved as well.
Yeah,
Right,
I worked hard for it, so things are already coming together. I'm already like a couple months into my pro career, and stuff are picking up. So I'm grateful. Just taking it as it comes.
yeah, definitely. So young as well. I mean, you're literally everywhere. You're on Sky, you're on freaking all
Yeah,
over the internet. I think there's not one time I go on socials and I don't see you somewhere.
yeah, literally. It's like, this year's literally has been mad that the stuff that's been happening in my pro career, and I've only been pro like what, 6 7 months now. Things are really moving at a fast pace, and I think that's down to my extensive amateur career. So I put in the work in amateur and 10 years doing Muay Thai. So when I do turn pro in MMA, now I have I put the work in when I'm an amateur. So now I'm pro. I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor. I put the work in when I was amateur, and I'm coming up, so now I'm just everything's I'm grateful for.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I saw you in FCC and as well as
Yeah,
Hexagon. You look literally like 3 years, 4 years pro at that point. I felt sorry for your opponent.
yeah, yeah. I worked so hard in my amateur career. I had 11 fights,
Hmm.
and I took the hardest fight as possible, and I really found myself as a fighter. So I know when I do turn pro, I know myself as a fighter, and you can see that straight away in my Hexagon fight. I felt relaxed, I felt comfortable, and I literally controlled the whole thing. It's like I've been doing it for years because I have been doing it for years, and I get to show what I could actually do in my Hexagon and my FCC fights.
Yeah, and you already had the taste for France as well. I mean, that'll give you a little bit of a boost
Yeah.
going. We're going over to with over there with PFL, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely. Like the French crowd was amazing. Like I went over I'm not fighting in my hometown. I'm not the hometown fighter, but I felt like the hometown fighter. Like the crowd, they got behind me, they love me, and I really feed off that energy of the French crowd. And me having that amazing spinning back elbow knockout in France, I actually gathered a lot of fans from France. Like I went over to Canada for holiday, and
Mm.
French people, they watch my fights, and like I have people flying over from France just to meet me at like GB. I have like so many fans in France now, so it's literally an honor, and I can't wait to get back fighting in front of the French crowd.
Yeah, I mean, you've gone international already. I mean, you're so young. Can you imagine what it's going to be like when you're like in your 30s and stuff? You're not going to be able to walk down the street. You're going to have to.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's literally the plan. But I'm just taking it as it comes. Like I'm just focusing on this fight. I'm gonna win this fight. I'm gonna win the next fight, and just take it fight by fight, and hopefully keep winning and winning. And by the time I'm at 30 and in my prime, that's what 8 9 years time down the line. That stuff's gonna be mad by then.
Yeah, teach me a few things.
Yeah.
Right. Many who have followed your journey over the years could see you in the big leagues one day. Evidence being from your prolific amateur career, the capture of many championships, as you can see in the background there, and your winning ways since joining the pro ranks early on this year. As well as your great team behind you, you also have the backing of HD Global Athlete Management in your corner since signing back with them at the tail end of 2022. It must be such a blessing and a reassurance for yourself to have not just your team, a great team, but like a great management team behind you as well to guide you on your future of your career.
Yeah, so HC management, they've really been like the best thing. It's literally been one of the best decisions I've ever made. I'm not gonna lie, I was really hesitant signing with management.
Mm.
It's my whole career. I was like, I don't want to sign with management. I want to extend it and be basically a freelancer as long as possible. But I got to the point in my career when I'm gonna turn over to pro, and I found it hard to find matches. Obviously, with my background. So my coach Barry, he found HC management. He managed Mark DeCasey, Claire Lopez from the gym. So he hooked me up with him. And even still, I was kind of hesitant of signing with them. But then I had a meeting with Carl, and he literally just laid down the foundations, and I literally couldn't say no. And it was one of the best decisions that I've made. That he's made my professional career gone as smoothly and as perfect as can be. I've had the one of the best beginnings and come ups of my pro career, and it's down to him basically getting me the right fights, the right matchups, and really laying the blueprint out of my pro career. Like I know where I'm gonna be in the next couple months, next year, next 5 or 10 years. We've already laid down the foundation, and everything's really going smoothly, and that's really down to him. So shout out Carl Messon.
Definitely. Right, that being said, right, many must have been after your signature, but what led to your decision
Yeah.
to join the PFL ranks?
Yeah, so me and Carl and my coaches from GB all kind of sat down in the beginning of this year, and we kind of tried to create a path for me specifically.
Mm.
A lot of people wanted to sign me, especially after my first pro fight in Hexagon. I got a lot of hype after my name, and a lot of people want to sign me, like so Cage Warriors, Aries, and even like going down the UFC contendersry was kind of eyeing that opportunity,
Mm.
but I think we didn't really want to sign with anything major. We didn't really want to get tied down.
Yeah.
We just wanted to kind of float around, get as much fights and much. I'm only 22 years old, so we just wanted to gain as much experience as possible and not rush anything or sign any mad deals, which will lock me down for the next 5 or so years. So we just wanted to float around. And then obviously I had the FCC fight. That was a one-off fight.
Mm.
But then PFL, they came with their offer, and it was literally an offer that I can't really say no to.
Yeah.
Because obviously I said before, I'm only 22 years old. So for me as a fighter, I don't want to make any stupid decisions. I want to grow. I have time on my side, so I really want to grow. And with PFL, I can grow. With them, I'm on the undercard in Paris. I'm going to be in the Dublin undercard. The next year, I'm going to be in the European tournament.
Mm.
And hopefully, if I win that, I'll go over to the America tournament. Then I can be on the pay-per-views. And that's for me, just seeing those stepping stones where I can grow within the promotion, not like maybe sign with UFC or Cage Warriors and throwing in the deep end after 1 or 2 wins.
Mm.
PFL, I can see a great route for me to reach where I am only 2 fights deep in in my professional career, and I can see where I am in when I'm 7-0, hopefully, down the line. And with PFL, I'm only 2 fights deep in my pro career, and I haven't even had a fight with PFL yet. And they're sending me to do so many media. I
Yeah.
feel like a celebrity. I feel like a celebrity already, and the way they're marketing me and how they're gonna market me next year and the years to come is that it's literally unbelievable. I'm seeing that now, so it was 100% the right decision of signing with PFL, and I get so many top exposure. They're on DAZN, they're international. They're one of the biggest organizations in the world. So how can I say no to them?
Yeah, 100%. That's a great mindset to have, and it's always good to hear that the promotions are treating you fighters how you deserve, because you really do put yourself on the line for them.
Yeah,
Definitely.
100%. Yeah, PFLs, they're really great with that. They like they'll sign the top fighters, and they'll sign people that they even have had no MMA fights yet, and they want to grow them. They even looking at amateurs. They went to the Four Nations looking at amateurs to sign amateurs to make their debut on the Dublin card
Mm.
and work with them from like having zero pro fights to make them the best in the world. So especially PFL Europe, they really want to grow the European scene to take over the world.
100%. Right, and you join many huge names across the UK, and also on the same card that night, well, will be your teammate Simeon Powell. It must be, well, it must be such an added bonus for yourself to be preparing as well as venturing to France with Simeon, no doubt.
Yeah, similarly, we're both fighting in PFL Paris as well, and I think that's amazing, especially for me. I'm obviously new to PFL, and Sim has had a few fights with PFL,
Mm.
so and he knows them like ins and outs. So it really takes the pressure off of me. Kind of, if I have any worry, I'll go to Sim because he knows what he's doing. So I'll just ask
Mm.
Sim questions, and he'll like Sim has those doubts. We're doing fight camps as well, so he's doing what I'm going to do next year. So it's really great for having him in the gym so I can kind of see how he's approaching things and I can try to emulate the same things next year. And it's really inspirational because we're kind of similar ages as well.
Mm.
And he's going to win the 100K this year. So I'm really looking at him as an inspiration, like an older brother figure. especially in this PFL game, which is undeniably going to be one of my best weapons.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I've followed your career as well as Simeon's, and I've seen his right trajectory. I mean, I mean, I even see him
Yeah.
fighting Crystal Palace a few years back. He,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
he puts the work in, so he's getting what he's deserved, 100%.
definitely right. The hype around the PFL has exploded over recent years, and as I previously mentioned, has had a huge influx of talent from the UK. But have you set yourself any personal targets as you venture forth on your new journey?
For me, I signed quite a good deal with PFL, so I'll be hopefully doing about 7, 8 fights with them. But literally, I'm just taking the fights as they come. Like my main focus right now is Paris,
Mm,
and my opponent for Paris. So I'm just taking. I'm not even focusing on the 30th of September now. I'm focusing on today,
mm,
tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. So I'm literally taking the days as it come, and win this fight, and win the next fight, and then win the fight after that. So I'm just taking the days as it come,
mm.
and just trying to grow as a fighter, keep on growing, because nothing else matters until I win the next fight. That's my mindset.
100%, mate. I mean, that being said, this could quite possibly be your biggest outing to date, but no doubt you've gone the extra mile in training to make sure it's definitely a successful one. I mean, as I mentioned previously, I see you continuously all over socials when I'm there. You're literally there all day long. You really
Yeah.
do put the work in. How's your training regime been going recently?
Yeah, so I don't want to say that everyone always says that every fight they're like, oh, this has been like the best training camp ever. But I literally want to say that I think I've kind of found the balance for me,
Mm,
training wise, training camp wise. I know what I'm doing. My days are laid out perfect, so I'm getting the perfect rest and recovery, the perfect training and the perfect intensity. And my days are laid out, so I'm giving 100% in each session, which is what you need as well. My nutrition's on point. I'm
mm,
taking my supplements. My S&C has been on point this camp. So I'm really leveling up as a professional fighter. I'm really finding myself as a fighter, and that's really showing off in my camps that I'm going to fight. I'm going to every training session 100%, and I'm giving 100% more. And I'm definitely going to be at my peak come the 30th of September. So training's gone amazing. I'm happy with my sparring. I'm happy with my fitness level. My weight is not an issue.
mm.
So everything's just going great at the moment. I can't wait to show everyone what I've been doing in training camp in my fight, and that's if it goes more than one round this time.
Well, I'll keep everything crossing, man. Yeah, man, I know you mentioned last time you want a bit of cage time, but if that
Yeah,
velocity comes out, then it won't surprise
yeah.
me if it does go to the first. He does go out on the first.
100%, 100%. I don't go to fights being like, I'm gonna knock the person out in the first round. Like
Mm,
that's everyone's dream. That's what you hope to do. I don't go chasing it. The game plan works. I'm gonna finish her in the first round, and the
mm.
game plan is gonna work.
Yeah, I mean, in regards to preparations, it must be such a boost to have such an exceptional athletes to train with leading up to your debut, and with such a big female squad that GB Top Team has as well. It must be amazing.
Yeah, my training partners, I couldn't ask for anything more. I get hard rounds in anything that I do. Whereas if it's boxing or sparring or jiu-jitsu or wrestling or cage work, there's like somebody I can go to that I know I can get like the hardest round possible.
Mm,
My opponent, she does judo, and we have judo classes at GB Top Team. We have people that's judo black belts, and there's people we have veterans in the gym that's been around the block. I've seen this a million one time, so I can
mm.
literally just go around the room and ask them questions, and they will give real life experiences, their experience and how I can counteract that, and they give me a lot of insight, which is I'm so thankful for that. It's not even inspiring. I can literally ask them questions of how their fights went, and they can literally give me the breakdown on how to counteract stuff, which is I don't think a lot of gyms, especially a lot of new gyms around the UK, has that type of privilege. But I do train with the types of Brad Pickett, Ashley Grimshaw, even my striking coach Barry. They have so much insight they give me daily. So I'm literally my fight IQ is grown so much the past year. I've been at GB Top Team, and it's only going to keep growing more and more.
Yeah, and your dedication to succeed will definitely be tested against home favourite, right? Let me see if I get this right. Yeah, right, Lizzie Jeeves. Gervais.
Yeah, something
I,
like that.
I hope I got that right. I do apologise if she's
Yeah.
listening or watching this. I do apologise. Right, who looks to bounce back from her previous loss at her PFL Europe debut back in March. But what do you make of your competition for the violent festivities in the capital?
For me personally, I don't really pay no mind to my opponent.
Hmm.
Literally, every in my mind, every opponent I fight is literally the same. Like I don't really dwell on that matter. Like even like my last two fights, I'll be walking past my opponents literally on like weighing day, and I won't even recognize them because that's how much I don't pay mind to them. I really try to focus on myself because if I always say like, oh my opponent, she does good judo, she has good wrestling, or she has a good jab, and you focus all your fight camp on that one aspect of their game, and
Hmm.
you go to a fight and they don't throw that, that's your whole game plan out the window, trying to counteract that. So I really try to work on my strengths, and my weaknesses as well, to try to be the best of my ability. And I know my best is gonna beat her. Even my worst will beat her. But for me, I just want to have a great fight, show the PFL and the world what I can actually do. I know I can beat her on my best day or my worst day, but it's not about that. I want to show everyone what I can actually do, and have a great performance and make a statement. That's my main focus of the fight. I'm going to win the fight regardless.
Laser focus, mate. That's definitely an admirable mindset to have.
Yeah.
Right, and what a card is going to be stacked from bottom to the top.
Yeah, I'm so honored to be on that card because literally I'm the opening fight, and I've
Mm.
seen every single fight after me just like banger after banger after banger after banger. It's like even being on the card with Cedric Doom, that's amazing. Only my third pro fight, but I'm gonna raise the bar and raise the standard. Like coming to PFL and I'm the opening fight, and I'm gonna raise the standard for the night, and every fight is just gonna after that is gonna be starting from my fight. It's just gonna be just bangers.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned a few names just then, but is there anyone in particular, right apart from yourselves and Simeons, that you're looking forward to at all?
The main event, obviously, Cedric Doom.
Mm.
Yeah, he's glory. Just like coming from a striking background, he's amazing. He's one fighter I like watching, so I'm looking forward to his fight. Finishing off the night, Dakota. She's a great fighter as well. So looking forward to see what she does in her semi-final fights. Just like the whole card is just filled with amazing athletes, and if you're an amazing athlete, you're going to be fighting for PFL. So I'm honoured.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, mate. I mean, it's right. This card's probably one of the main reasons why I've actually done a subscription with Dan's. I mean, I normally just ordered a pay per view, but I just thought, no, do you know what, sod it. With all the
Yeah,
influx of such great UK talent, I've had to order the
yeah,
subscription, definitely.
yeah,
Right, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you again today, Chanel. I wish you all the best for your final preparations, and I'll definitely look forward to catching you out there once again, mate.
yeah. Cool. Thank you for having me.
Anytime, mate. But last but not least, what do you have a message for the fans that will be in attendance and anybody you'd like to give a shout out to at all?
Just literally just tune in from the get go. I'm the first fight on PFL Paris, and I'll show you that I'm gonna bring my A game, and I'm gonna bring another spectacular finish or spectacular performance. I'm gonna show levels, gonna show growth, and I'm gonna be the new star of PFL Europe. So stay tuned. Shout out to my coaches, Barry Healy, Brad Pickett, Ashley Grimshaw, and Christian Knowles, Sonny as well, and my S&C coach Rory. They're making me the beast I'm gonna be on the 30th of September. So shout out them, shout out all my training partners at GB Top Team, and finally shout out McDonald's. I'm still coming for them for that sponsorship. So if you're watching, just yeah,
Yeah, hopefully PFL will get that sort of thing. You'll have a McDonald's rush guard.
yeah,
That'd be great.
they are. It's gonna be patterned soon.